Hey you guys, I wanted to talk about how it's funny sometimes how life works. I've already filmed another video for my 2-year anniversary of starting Cerebral Palsy Chats with Britt, but I thought I would talk a little bit about how it's funny how life works. And what I mean by that is I've wanted to, for the last several years, I always wanted to start sharing content, but I never knew where to take it and how to go about it and blah, blah, blah. And, 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago, I was feeling very, like I wanted to do more with my days and I wanted fulfillment. And, and then I got talking about how I wanted to start doing the content thing, and I'm proud of where it's come, and it takes a lot of work, right? And I am absolutely amazed at the response I've received with sharing my cerebral palsy journey with you guys. I've had so many people telling me, you're so inspiring and your story is so amazing and I appreciate everything that you do. And, and I've had some really cool experiences with having cerebral palsy. I never thought I would ride a bike, but I got to ride a specialized bike in the hospital. So that was really cool. And then, as I got older, working at getting my regular diploma and not just having the certificate that they wanted to give me, but having the opportunity to build and work hard to get a diploma, a regular grade 12 diploma. That was a really cool experience. It took a lot of work, but I was willing to put the work in. I knew I could do it, and it was just a matter of doing the work and getting what I wanted. And I was talking last week with somebody about how it's amazing once you put your mind to something and you're determined, and then you get the results you want and you're proud of how far you've come and whatnot. I've been thinking a lot about my cerebral palsy journey, because, I don't know, I've just been thinking a lot about memories and things like that, and, if I didn't go through the hard times of being, born and then having cerebral palsy and having to figure out different ways of learning and different ways of doing things, and having all the surgeries and having all the different obstacles, if I didn't have those, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I think, being able to look at it from that perspective of, yes, it was hard and yes, it was challenging, and, having to prove myself every year that, no, I can do this. I can get a regular grade 12 diploma. I am capable, and that was always my approach with having CP as well, is yes, I have CP, but I am capable of doing things. I am capable. They might look different, but I am capable and I'm willing to try. And I'm proud of that. And, I know that not every case of cerebral palsy looks like mine, but I'm proud that I can, use my experiences and talk about my experiences and educate people. And lots of times people tell me, when I share a story with them, they're like, wow, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know And I still, like, almost 2 years later, I still have people telling me, like, I can't believe I didn't know that with having cerebral palsy um that you've had to have so many surgeries, or you've had to have certain things in place, um like therapy and whatnot. And lots of times I would get questions if I still go to therapy, like physical therapy and stuff, and I'm like, no, those things I kind of changed once I hit a certain age. And so it's really cool when you can educate others about something that you deal with every single day, and to me it's just normal. It's just normal having to do certain things, or finding ways that work for me to do things and that kind of stuff. So I love that. I love being able to still inspire people like 2 years later. Um and I've had some really cool experiences, like, riding a specialized bike in the hospital and having all my doctors cheering me on, and you know, I could feel myself smiling that day, and I'll never forget that feeling, right? Or, I worked so hard in junior high and high school to prove myself that I could get that regular diploma, that when graduation came, I was so proud of myself, and that it was so rewarding because proved that I was capable. And that's been my hope, is that I can use these experiences and these stories to share, and that if you want to do something, you can do it, and it is possible. And like, I know that I have cerebral palsy, and I know I have limitations, but I'm not so limited that I can't do things. Like, I can still help out in the kitchen. I can still help. Um, like when I go visit my mom, sometimes I help her with work things, or, you know, and it's something so simple like helping her do some filing, or helping cook, or help, with house stuff, whatever. I'm glad that I can do those things. And um I never want to be so limited that I can't do things for people. I like helping people. I like being part of being able to, do things for others. So, and I don't want to feel like I'm wrapped in bubble wrap because I have cerebral palsy. It might take me longer to do something. It might take more effort and whatnot, but it's worth it to me, because if I can help someone else, and if I can be of assistance, and if I can learn along the way what works best for me and still accomplish things without that other people without cerebral palsy can do, then that feels awesome as well. So it's just really cool. Yeah. I love the fact that you guys are still really enjoying my content and my stories and my the things I've gone through, and I love chatting with you guys about it. It's always so fun when I can, again, educate or just share things that I've gone through. And um like, yes, I've been through a lot, but those things that I've been through have gotten me to where I am today. And I'm really happy that, again, I can use those experiences to share with others that, anything's possible. So, and like I said, I still have people tell me, like, Britt, you're so inspiring, and the way that you look at it and your approach and all of that, it's really cool to see. And I remember when I was first starting sharing videos and people were like, they had no idea that I had cerebral palsy because I hadn't opened up about it really at all until I started Cerebral Palsy Chats with Britt. And I remember people saying, "You're so courageous and it's so great of you to share your story." And I said, and it's funny because I've wanted to do this for so long now, but I always like talked myself out of it. And then 2 years ago, or almost 2 years ago, it just feels right, and it just feels like it fits, and it's what I'm supposed to be doing. And you guys have made that all possible. And yeah, I just appreciate you guys, and I'm glad that you guys still enjoy my content, and I'm glad that I can be here to, like I said, educate or inspire others. Your own knowledge and experiences, and it inspires others. And I've been reflecting a lot about how over the last 2 years, all the things I've shared and talked about, and I'm so grateful that I started. And it's funny how content creators always say, just go for it. You just have to start. You just have to start filming. And that is so true. Because like I said, I started, and then I always talked myself out of it, and I deleted things and whatever. And then 2 years ago, it just felt like, okay, let's do this. Let's try. And the people that I reached, and the people that I inspired, and the people that I've talked to, and people that still watch my content, it's incredible. And I don't know. I appreciate you guys. I love that I'm sharing and creating content like I've wanted to do for years. It's kind of a full circle thing for me. You guys are the best. And, this week was also my 5 years anniversary on Twitter. And I can't believe it. And it's funny. I forgot, I can't believe it's been 5 years. I have over 6,000 followers over there, and it's amazing to me to have 6,000 plus people that follow me, and they enjoy my good morning posts. They enjoy the stuff that I post, and I enjoy having that. I love my Twitter community. I love and you guys have been so supportive on X. I remember filming and uploading my video there for content, and everybody over there was asking me, can you please post your content here as well? And I said, absolutely, I can. And I had parents reaching out to me and sharing their story about how they had kids or whatever that had CP, and they said, Brittany, you're really inspiring, and keep sharing and keep being you. And that meant a lot to me. So yeah, I love that I'm at this phase of life where I enjoy making content and sharing my story, and it's just funny. Like I said, it's funny how it just feels right. Yeah. So yeah, sorry you guys, I know it's kind of been chatty and all over the place, but that's just kind of what this week's video is gonna be, because my original plan didn't work out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of chatty video, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye guys.